Hello and good day to you. So this one, as you can see by the giant floating brain, is a not a data science or data analytics video. Every so often I like challenge myself to build a game, usually within a weekend, just to sort of try something out and be a proper programmer rather than just make little data analytics stuff. I had some big ideas of trying to use neural networks, which is why it's a brain, and maybe a genetic algorithm for the controlling of the AI. And I just never got round to that. And to be honest, I thought it was overkill once I sort of saw how they behaved. And just to sort of do a quick spin of it, if you watch, can make a little shield, they fly around. They have two different AIs going on in this. One is that it bounces from side to side, and one of them is trying to line up with you and just fire as much as it can. And actually, the one that just lines up and just tries and fires at you is it's quite difficult in itself, because they tend to sort of push you into a bit of a bullet storm sometimes. And it's interesting for me, because this is sort of almost a lesson in you don't need to make AI big and complicated for them to have an effect on the player and make a game challenging. I mean, why that shouldn't be obvious to everybody, I don't know. Interesting thing about it is that all the bullets and the stars in the background, they're all the same object. They're just repurposed and reused in different ways, told to do different things across the game. I did try to think of using some polymorphism on the brains and sort of then reuse the star object again. In the end, I didn't actually do that. So that the ship and the brains are separate class objects, and there's a management class that is in the system that is just there to look after and manage the brains and sort of get rid of them when they're on the screen, and just groups up some of the functions to make it clean. I'm not sure where I stand with the age-old debate of functional versus class and object programming. It's been fun for me to play and make. I had loads of little ideas that sort of came along and thought, one of the games I'd really like to make one day would be, a space, a space 4X. And this sort of took me back to that. I don't know. I hope people don't think this was a waste of time if they're watching it as the first video for the channel. We usually do data analytics and science, and sort of do our lessons. But this was me having fun with something, and hopefully learning a little bit. And I do recommend Pygame if you've not done some programming in computer games. I know people talk about Unity, but I've also heard a lot of complaints that Unity is quite difficult. What I got from this was, the whole thing's built from scratch. I haven't really used much apart from Pygame putting it onto a full screen. I believe they call it in C++ the SDL library. I quite like this. I always liked playing Space Invaders when I was little, and I sort of think sometimes these are these little programming challenges to make your own game sometimes have strange effects. I kept on trying to make it more and more complicated in my mind, and it didn't work out. What didn't turn out to be necessary as much as I'd thought it would be. Simplicity is beautiful, and actually I wasted a large part of the time. I got halfway through writing a whole neural evolution algorithm, and it's not that it's impossible for me to finish that. I could go back and bang my head against that, but I sort of realised that, you know, I didn't know enough about genetic algorithms and evolutionary algorithms to combine it with a neural network in the way that made sense. And I guess this has been a massive lesson in keeping it simple and not reinventing the wheel, because you know, even these really simple AI just seem to work quite well. And I did struggle with a slowdown when I tried to make it more complicated. So yeah, there we go. Anyway, thank you. Have a good day.